Hello friends, welcome to your only channel, Times of Coding. In our Scala Express series today, we will learn about object-oriented aspect, polymorphism. This session will help you to understand object-oriented aspect of Scala. In previous session, we have learned about abstraction, inheritance, composition. In this session, we will learn about Scala namespaces, Scala code smell, polymorphism, and how to use final keyword. We will start this session by overriding superclass member, which we have seen in earlier example also. I'm using the same classes, and this is a snapshot from our previous session. Before discussing how to override member function, one thing to notice here, we cannot have multiple members with same name. In market, there are few languages who support same name for functions and its variable and sometimes for its classes also. But in Scala, it's not being supported. And why it's not being supported? Because in Scala, everything get differentiated in two namespaces. The first namespace is about the value and the next namespace is about the type. So classes and trait names come in the type namespaces, and values namespaces is having singleton object, packages, methods and field names. So if you define field names and methods with same name, it will have a conflict of interest in value namespaces. Coming back to our example, in this subclass we are defining one parameter, and to assign this parameter value we are writing one statement. Well, if you think this statement is written in code, because same thing we can achieve in parameter itself. And in fact, one of our previous session, I have explained how to utilize that. So in our subclass, we just need to define val so that we can have some local variable as raw material in class Kingfisher Factory, and we can utilize further. And since we are extending factory class here with same name, if we kept as a parameter with val, it will not shoot us any kind of compile time error complaining about the override. And after defining this, I'm creating one object out of this Kingfisher Factory class as KF unit, and inside this I'm giving the same argument which you have already seen in previous session, and then we are doing the count. This material count again coming from the inherited class as we have done factory. After execution, first we have defined the abstract class, so it has been defined. Then we have defined subclass called Kingfisher Factory. Scala is fine with this also. Then we are keeping one object reference as Kingfisher Factory object. And then we are counting the material count. Since we are passing three arguments here, water, hopes, yeast, it is giving us 3. So far, so good. While defining as a local parameter, you can keep override functions also. And just not override, in fact, you can keep access modifier to this variable also. If you don't want it to enable access for public, you can keep it private, or else you can define as per your requirement for subclass parameter. Now you may be wondering, what if you have got some constructor parameter here? So for that purpose, we will simply keep the reference variable as factory parameter. So here one of the change I have performed. Previously we were having raw material as our member function, and now I'm keeping raw material as our parameter itself for abstract class. And then the same parameter we are having for Kingfisher Factory also. So that's how we need to do the inheritance when we are using extend keyword to inherit the factory abstract class with its constructor parameter. So before going into practical for polymorphism, we should understand the definition. Polymorphism basically means many forms or many shapes. So now we will define many forms of factory subclasses like I'm doing here. So here I'm defining another class called Kingfisher Ultra, and our previous class was Kingfisher Factory. Here also, just like Kingfisher Factory, I'm overriding the same val raw material type of array of string. And then I'm passing the references argument for this class constructor. Now we are creating object of Kingfisher Ultra, and I'm saving this Kingfisher Ultra object into Kingfisher Factory type of object. In our previous session also we have discussed this concept, and it is pretty much fine because these both classes are compatible to each other. So now just to give you a transparent look on the class hierarchy. So at first we have defined abstract class called factory. Then we have defined subclass as Kingfisher factory. And then we have defined Kingfisher Ultra. And this is the class hierarchy we have defined. Now moving on to discuss polymorphism, we will see now few examples. So here I'm keeping same factory class with one of the member function here. This member function called message, it will just have println to print out the debug message. And here I'm keeping message from factory. Likewise, I'm defining Kingfisher factory. Here also I'm overriding the same function. And I'm keeping similar message from Kingfisher factory, and likewise for Kingfisher Ultra. So for now you must have understood that this factory we are taking, it's a beer factory now. So I'm defining another class called Budweiser factory and then Budweiser Magnum, just to give you a clear look about polymorphism with overriding. I'm defining similarly two more functions in these classes with same name with different debug message. Here Budweiser factory, here Budweiser Magnum. And to explain you how overriding with polymorphism work, I'm defining one helper method called callMessage. This callMessage will have a parameter type factory and it will call the subsequent class message. So here we are calling this callMessage, and since it is a factory type and factory has been extended to all these classes, if you see Budweiser factory extended factory and Budweiser factory got extended here in Budweiser Magnum. Likewise we have done for Kingfisher also. Kingfisher factory extended factory, and then Kingfisher factory got extended here for Kingfisher Ultra. So when we call this, it will not have any compatibility issue. These all classes are compatible to each other. In fact, they have got the relationship as parent and child. So now we are calling, and here we are getting the message. So first we are calling Kingfisher factory and we are getting Kingfisher factory message. Likewise for Ultra, then Budweiser factory and then Budweiser Magnum as expected. So if you see, in fact we are calling the same function with different arguments, and this argument is leading to have one object. On basis of this object reference we are calling one message, but at runtime Scala will decide which class message will get called at runtime. And if you see, we have used all the message definition with override. Since this functionality shared the same function name, we called polymorphism. That means many forms of same functions. So far we have seen all subclasses overriding parent class function. Now what if we don't want it to enable parent class functions to get inherited into subclasses? To stop overriding, we have final keyword. If you define anything with final keyword, that means further subclasses will not get that override option. So here I'm making Kingfisher factory member function as final called message. So here, if you define Kingfisher Ultra and extend Kingfisher factory here, you should not get this message. And when I try this example in our Scala worksheet, I got this error problem, which is called as cannot override final members. So far we have covered everything in theory. Now it's time to do some practical. Okay, so our IntelliJ started. Package we have created in our previous session itself. So today we will create another worksheet called polymorphism. The first example we have seen is abstract factory class, and then we were inheriting factory abstract class to Kingfisher factory, and let's run it. Okay, so it has defined abstract factory class and Kingfisher factory class as expected. Now after this example we have talked about namespaces, where we have seen method and variable both comes in same namespace, and that's the reason we are getting here compile time error. And if you see, method member A is defined twice. So when we are keeping same name for our members of class, we need to take care of those two namespaces. For type namespace, we have got classes and traits. And for value namespaces, we have got methods, variable, singleton, object. Now coming back to our original example, in this subclass, we are having code smell. In Scala, code smell is repetitive or redundant code. So here we are having this statement just to assign values in this variable, which is behaving like a local variable. So I have marked this parameter as val, and now it will be available for class body as local member variable, and then I'm defining one object for Kingfisher factory class, and this object reference we are storing in KF, and this KF I'm taking factory type because these two classes are compatible to each other because we are inheriting factory here, so we can keep like this, and we have discussed this in our previous session also. After this, I'm calling one method which is coming from factory abstract class, and with this object reference I'm calling here. Let's run now. Okay, so we have got expected outcome as 3 because we were passing 3 main material of Kingfisher factory: water, hops, yeast. Next thing we have seen, if this override raw material you need to implement in your class body, let's say message debug, and this message debug will simply print us this raw material. So we can get this raw material as local variable if you define with val. Now with the same, you will have factory class raw material, and you will be having Kingfisher factory class raw material. Now if you need to override this to your Kingfisher factory as subchild, you can in fact define override here, and in case you just wanted to make it private, we can do likewise as well by defining private. So that means this raw material parameter will be available for class body only. Okay, so we are getting compile time exception here. It must be either declared as abstract or implement abstract member called raw material. We are getting this compile time error because this has been defined as factory class body member. Now this also we can keep as raw material here and primary constructor of this abstract class. And now when we call it, we need to pass this raw material reference to this factory. And since we have removed from this class body, so there is no need to override. And that's what in fact we are getting as compile time error here. So now I will simply remove this override because it is not required in our case as per our changes. So now our class is good, and whatever we are passing here, this will come as a debug message for us through this message debug function, if in case we call this function. So here I'm already creating one object from class Kingfisher factory. Now we will call this function as well, kf unit message debug. If you see, we have given our object reference to factory type, so at compile time it will have visibility only to the functions which has been defined in this type of class. Since we have not got any message debug, that's why we are having compile time error here. If you run also, the same will be displayed here if you are using IntelliJ IDE. Okay, so how to resolve this error? We just need to make this reference type, this variable reference type as Kingfisher factory, and now this will go away, or else we can remove it any type of type declaration here. So if you run now, you will have first our Kingfisher factory object has created here, then first debug message. Since we have passed array of string type, we have got this value with hash code, and then we have got material count, which is 3 as expected. After this example, we have talked about polymorphism. So here I'm defining same class hierarchy called factory, Kingfisher factory and Kingfisher ultra. Kingfisher factory will inherit factory abstract class, and Kingfisher ultra will inherit Kingfisher factory class. All these three classes will have same message function. Just debug message I have changed here for factory, here for Kingfisher factory, and here for Kingfisher ultra. Now I will run. So all these three classes has been defined. By this time you would have understood that this factory we are talking here is about beer manufacturing. So we will create another set of classes for Budweiser here. So Budweiser factory is also inheriting factory abstract class, and then Budweiser Magnum is inheriting Budweiser factory here. Here also I'm keeping similar changes. Okay, our 5 classes has been defined. Now I will define the helper function as call message, and here I'm keeping parameter type called factory. This will not write anything, so I'm defining unit, and we are calling message. So if you notice here, our function name is same everywhere. It just depends the type of object which we keep as argument here while calling call message function. So now let's see. First we will keep it new Kingfisher factory, and then likewise I'll create another 3 objects for Ultra, Budweiser factory and Magnum. Okay, so now we will run, and we have got respective messages as we have kept inside this function. You see, factory first, Ultra, then Budweiser factory, and then Magnum. So here factory first, Ultra, Budweiser factory and Magnum. This is called polymorphism, and here we are using polymorphism as overriding. Now you may think about one of the option. What if you don't want to enable overriding? So that means we wanted to define some functions inside, let's say, Budweiser factory, and the same you don't want it to enable for subclasses. So in that case you can use final keyword here. As soon as you define final with your function signature, overriding will not be applied. So you see, here we are getting compile time error called method message cannot be overridden final member. Now overriding will not be possible, and if you run you will get compile time error. So with this example we have covered today's content. I hope you like the video. To share this knowledge with your colleagues, you can like, subscribe, comment or share with your friends. Thank you. Have a good day.